Hello students, a very good morning to all of you. Dear children, today we will discuss the properties of covalent compound. Okay, so let's get started. Properties of covalent compounds. So the first property which we are going to discuss is physical state. Physical state. So covalent compound may exist in any of the physical state like solid, liquid and gaseous. Okay, but remember one thing, that in general the intermolecular forces in covalent compounds are weaker. So because of these weak intermolecular forces, generally these compounds exist as liquid and gaseous state only. Okay, but there are few examples in which the intermolecular forces are of considerable range. So only in those cases these compounds can exist in solid state also. Okay, so generally they will exist in liquid and gaseous state, but in some examples they can exist as solid also. So this is about the physical state. Now we'll talk about the second point, and second point is melting and boiling points. So as we all know that melting and boiling points depends upon the mutual interactions of constituent particles. Okay, and as I told you that in covalent compound, for example H2, the intermolecular forces are of weaker range. Okay, so as they are weak, we can easily overcome these forces, okay, by applying less amount of energy. Okay, so by applying less amount of energy we can melt or boil these compounds very easily. So definitely they will have low melting and boiling point. Okay, now third point. Third point is solubility. So for solubility, remember one thing, that like dissolves like means a compound will dissolve in the solvent which has the same nature like solute. Okay, for example NaCl. NaCl a ionic compound, or we can say this is a polar compound as it has positive and negative pole. Okay, so being a polar compound, it will dissolve in polar solvent like water or any other inorganic solvent. And definitely inorganic solvent, those inorganic solvent which has a high value of dielectric constant. Okay, so like as I told you that ionic compounds dissolves in ionic or polar solvent. Similarly H2, O2 or any covalent compound will dissolve in non-polar solvent as it is non-polar in nature. Okay, non-polar means C6H6 or C2H5OH, or you can take CH3, OCH3 ether, ethanol, benzene or any other organic solvent. Okay, so this is about the solubility. Okay, means covalent compound will dissolve in non-polar solvent, or you can say they will dissolve in organic solvents only. Okay, but here one exception is also present, that some covalent compound can also be dissolved in water, but this is because of the formation of hydrogen bond, and this case we will discuss later. Okay, so for the time being just remember that covalent compound will dissolve in organic solvents only. Okay, now with some examples, with some exceptions. Now we'll talk about the next point, which is nature of covalent solids. So in this point we'll talk about the compounds, covalent solids. So in this point we will talk about the covalent compounds which are present in solid state only. Okay, So nature of covalent solids, we can say that because of weak intermolecular forces, they are neither very hard nor brittle, okay, but we can easily break the organic compound by applying some force, okay. So this is about the nature of covalent solids. They are neither hard nor brittle. Now next point is electricity conduction. So for the conduction of electricity, we know that free electrons or free ions are required, and covalent compounds neither have free electrons nor free ions. So because of the absence of free electrons and ions, they will not conduct the electricity even in molten or fused state, okay. So these are non-conductor of electricity. Now next point, molecular reaction. So covalent compound will always give molecular reaction. Molecular reactions are those reactions in the reactions which participating species are molecules. So as we know that in covalent compound the constituent species are molecule, so definitely molecules will take part in the chemical reaction, so definitely they will give the molecular reaction only, okay. Now last point is isomerism. So all the covalent compound will show all type of isomerism. Reason is that covalent compounds are directional in nature, okay. Directional in nature means suppose we are talking about the H2. So in H2 the shared pair of electron will always present between the both the hydrogen atom, okay. But oppositely in NaCl, if we talk about the cation, so it will attract the chloride ion in all the direction, as you can see here, okay. So no specific direction is required in ionic compounds, but as you can see in covalent compound a specific direction is required, means shared pair of electron will remain in a particular direction which is between the hydrogen atom in this case, okay. So because of the directional nature of covalent compound, they will show the isomerism, okay. So these are the properties of covalent compound. I hope all properties are clear to you. Thank you.